What is up guys, welcome back to the channel. So in our last video we added new armor and weapons to Diablo 2 Resurrected, and we even made a set out of those new items. And you can find a link to that video up here. So we added the noble sword, the noble armor, and then the king's armor set which used that noble armor and noble sword. But this sword isn't fit for a king, it's just a recolor of our basic noble sword. We need this to really pop. After all, it's a new set item, it's, super powerful, so having it look like a normal item just isn't going to cut it. And that's where today's video comes in. We're going to change the inventory graphics of the king's sword to something a little more fitting. And this is something we can do for any of our unique or set items to really make them stand out from the crowd. So let's jump right in. So the first thing we're going to do is duplicate our old mod folder. So we have new items 2 now and new items 2.mpq. So we're going to change the modinfo.json, update our name, but we're leaving the save path the same. And this way we can reuse our saves and our Sir Testalot character who already has the set items on him. Now, all our efforts today are going to be in the HD directory. And straight off the bat, we want to come in to HD items and open up cask view and extract the Sets.json. So here we go, Sets.json, and we just paste it in there. And now we're going to edit the Sets.json. We're going to come down to the very bottom and add a new entry. So we'll just add a new entry in here. And if we think back to our setItems.txt, we had the king's sword and king's armor in here under the index, and this is what identifies those objects. So if we open our sets.json, we'll want to add this index in here. However, the index in the setItems.txt has apostrophes, uppercase characters, spaces, etc. And we don't want any of those in this file. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the index to lowercase, get rid of special characters, and replace any spaces with underscores. So our king's sword becomes kings_sword. And now we're going to want to update the normal, uber, and ultra graphics. So again, we'll just create a reference to some new king's sword item. And that's all we have to do there. Now, if we come to our HD items, weapons, sword directory, we have our noble sword and noblesword.json, and we're going to want to just duplicate these files. So we've duplicated the files, we've renamed them King's Sword, and we've renamed all the files in the folder. Again, we're not modifying the models or textures for this, but we renamed them anyway, just for future safety. And if we open up the kingsword.json, we can update all the fields here. However, I'm not actually going to bother with that, I'm just going to rename it in the unit definition. So we updated to King's Sword there, that's all we need to do. And now we just need to add the inventory sprites. So I'm in the HD global UI items weapons sword directory where we previously had our noble sword. And I'm just going to copy these files again and again, rename them to King's Sword. Once again, we're going to want to use sprite edit, and there's a link to this in the description below, and in fact this entire mod folder can be found in my GitHub link in the description below as well, so you can test this out yourself using those files. So we're going to want to come along and open up our King's Sword sprite, and so we're going to want to update the graphics to some image that we prepared earlier. I've already prepared these King's Sword bitmaps, obviously not my own art. So we're just going to update these and save them over the files. And likewise for the low end, import the low end image and save it over the file again. And there we go, we've got everything updated. So let's launch Diablo 2 Resurrected. We'll remember to put in our -mod, mod name, which is new items 2 in this case, -text, done, and play. And remember to skip the server queues. And here we are in game. If we open up our inventory, there we go. That is a sword fit for a king. And you can see the type is still noble sword, and we have the comparison down here of the old graphic, but we've updated the graphics for only this set item. So this can be applied to any unique, any set item that we want. We can update the graphics. and that really makes them stand out from other items in the game. So that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, do remember to like and subscribe, and if you have any ideas for future videos, do leave me a comment below. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.